welcome back to Road Performance and another video on the Caddy. This one is a quick video, nothing too big. One thing that we've found with the Caddy is the headlights on the standard ones, where we have the peasant bulbs, are pretty dire. Can't see very much, and I've always done upgrades on them. And what we've found as the best bulb to have is the Philips Racing GT200. Don't know if it's focusing correctly, but these bulbs, they're about 25 quid a pair, and they actually make it so you can see where you're going. Not a sponsored video in any way. It is purely just a product that I've found that works the best. I've tried many aftermarket bulbs that are supposed to show you a lot more on the road through a better beam pattern and higher light emittance, but these ones are by far the best. So let's go ahead and get them fitted. So to give you an idea on how bright the standard lights are, I'm hoping this shows up while I'm filming. We've got the lights off in the booth, and you can see, to be honest with you, it's probably not going to show a massive difference, but on the back wall you can see the lighting. So let's get the bulbs changed and see if it makes a difference. Just get the wiring clip off the back of the bulb and then release the bulb. See, looking at these bulbs, they're just standard Osram bulbs. So one thing to remember with bulbs is not to touch the bulb. The oils on your fingers shorten the life of the bulb, and with these being extra powerful bulbs, they do tend to have a slightly shorter life anyway. So you have to make sure that while you're changing them, you don't touch the glass part of the bulb. You're alright touching the metal part at the back. It's normally one of the first jobs I do to change these bulbs. I think what I'm going to do is now put the lights on and see if we can actually see a difference with one bulb of each. So straight away you can see the bulb is a brighter white and less yellow. On the right hand side is the new bulb, the old bulb is on the left hand side, and I mean it's clear that you can see it's definitely a brighter bulb. So let's get the other one fitted. The last thing I wanted to do was that. We've dropped the rear cover down behind the headlight. I'm hoping I can reach it. I've got my fingers on it. Managed to get it back. Again, carefully take the wiring plug off the back and then hang that out of the way because it does get in the way of putting the bulb back in. Unclip it. And again, get the standard Osram bulb out. Again, not touching the bulb itself, only the metal housing. So just so you can see how the clip goes back on, it just clips under like that, and then get the wire in. It's just fiddly to do, with not much room, massive hands. Get the wiring back on, and then once you've got the wiring back on, don't forget to put the cover back on the back, because without that you'll get damp in your headlights. So if you're running a Caddy and you're struggling with seeing at night because your headlights are poor, and you're running the peasant lights, which is the non-xenon or LED versions, which just run a H4 bulb, then we can't recommend these enough. The Philips GT200 H4 upgrade bulb. They're rated to give you 200% extra vision light, which I would agree, I don't know the 200% exactly, but they massively improve what you can see. It's one of the first upgrades you should do. It's very cost effective because it's only about 25 quid for a set and you can change them yourself in 5 minutes. If your budget doesn't stretch to a bi-xenon upgrade or an LED upgrade for your Caddy headlights, then the Philips GT200 bulbs are the thing that you should buy. The brighter, the whiter, they give you 200% more power, on your lights that is, unfortunately not on your engine horsepower, and they will help you see where you're going. This bulb upgrade I have recommended to many people, not just for Caddies, for different cars where the headlights are, shall we say, not the brightest, and everybody that has put these bulbs in have 100% recommended them as well, which is why they're the only upgrade bulb I recommend if you want a brighter headlight. We completed a full service on the Caddy a couple of days ago, and one thing that I didn't do was the glow plugs. So today we're going to put a set of glow plugs in and we're going to hope that they don't snap. If they do snap, that's a whole thing we don't want to get into. Let's get them changed. So the first thing we need to do is pull all the wiring plugs off without damaging them. They are somewhat fiddly to pop off sometimes, but that first one has come off. What I can see is there is lots of leaves and things down in where these sit, so I'm just trying to carefully get these off without damaging them, which to be honest is difficult, something that I've never enjoyed doing. They are all now disconnected, but we need to be able to get the wires out, which on these is a bit difficult. The top half of the plug is difficult to get because the wiring isn't quite long enough. So what we need to do is just something I haven't done for a while, so I'm kind of learning this again as I go, but we need to unclip the wiring so that we can lift things up to be able to get the wiring harness out. So by lifting it up like that, you can then just squeeze out all the wires. And then what we're going to do is get a blowgun, a torch so we can see, and I'm going to blow out all the housing around where they go because we don't want any debris going into the engine. Yep, there's leaves and all sorts in there. So let's see if you can see down the holes. Try and get some light in. You can see down the holes. Let's move that wiring out of the way. There's a fair bit of debris, generally leaves and build up, which we're going to blow out. There is a big leaf that I can't get out of this one. Looking at this, I would say that they haven't been done in a while. There is various there is a determined leaf in this one that I can't get out. There we go, it's jumped out. Now what there is down here, if I can get it, is what looks like a bit of silicone or something. That one's clean, that one's not too bad. So all three are clean now, there's just this one. Now let's see if I can... Let's see if I can hook out this. There we go. Not really sure what that is, but not needed. So, got some WD-40 Specialist Penetrant, which I'm just going to spray a little bit into each of these glow plug holes, because we want to hope that we can get these out without issue. Glow plugs tend to come out no problem, but they sometimes can give you a little bit of grief. And if they snap, obviously that's definitely not what you want. So this one has released okay, so that's a good start. And then I'm going to just go and get a magnet so we can get that out. So we have got some aluminium anti-seize as well, which we're going to put on the new glow plugs, just to try and ensure that we don't have any issues with the ones we've put in, if we have to take them out again. So this one that's come out is ready for replacing. We don't know if it's gone. To be honest with you, it wasn't something that we'd looked at. There was no codes for glow plugs. As you can see, we're using a Bosch glow plug, so we've got a new set. The other ones may have been fine, but on any vehicle that we get, we just like to get them serviced up and everything changed on them. So what we do with these, if I can get it focused, we put some of the aluminium anti-seize in the thread and then just wipe it round, so it's just got a small amount in the thread. And we'll do that on each glow plug just to make sure that we don't have any issues with them seizing in the future. It's not to say that they'll never seize, but hopefully if you put a little bit of anti-seize on, you shouldn't get any issues. Just hope that the other three come out just as easily as this one did. And when you get them tight, they only need a slight nip. Let's see if we can get plug number one out as well. Yep, again, that one's cracked off, and once I've wound it back, I'll be able to use the magnet to get it out. I'm hoping that we don't have any issues and that all of them change without a problem. Again, we're using quality Bosch parts to replace them with. The glow plugs have cost about £40. So some people would have said if they're not gone, don't change them. But at the same time, I'm somebody that likes to do preventative maintenance rather than maintenance when something breaks or doesn't work. Again, I think it's important to look after a vehicle, and then hopefully it should look after you. Once we've done the glow plugs, then all the serviceable items are done. Again, just a little nip, doesn't need to be massively tight. And let's hope this one cracks as well. That one's come off nice and easy. What we'll do, we'll crack this one as well just to make sure. Yep, that one's cracked as well. So we know that we're not going to have any problems changing these, which I'm very happy about. Some people just avoid changing them because you can have issues. but it's one of those where the longer you leave them, the more likely they are to seize in. That one wouldn't come out with a magnet for some reason. This one looks like it may have been dead. But we're replacing it anyway. Nearly forgot the anti-seize on this one. Again, just needs a little bit in the threads. And then so it hasn't got too much on, we always just run the cloth round and it literally just leaves a very small amount on the threads. Again, I always like to start them by hand rather than ratchet. Excuse me. You're less likely then to cross thread anything. I mean, these 1.6 engines are common for the injectors going, so I'm hoping that I don't have any issues with the injectors. I think it was the earlier ones that tended to be worse, but it's not to say that we'll not have an issue with this one. Again, nice and easy to replace these. Anti-seize on the thread. Start it by hand again. And again, just nip that one. Just check them all that they've all been nipped. And then a little bit of WD-40 in the end of each wiring. And then make sure that you hear the click when they go back on. Again, it's a nice easy job as long as you don't have problems with them being seized in. And then you can just reclip all the wiring back into place, make sure that everything is back where it should be and that all the wiring harness clips are back on. And that is another job done. We have also put a new 5-year warranty Yuasa battery on it. The battery that came, we charged up and it went flat after a couple of days. So again, another brand new battery on there. No point having a vehicle if you can't trust it to start. Some future videos we've got planned is the full repaint, number plate reveal, hybrid bumpers, new wheels, brake upgrade. And we're open to suggestions. You let us know what you want us to do to this van. I'm not going to go too silly with it because it's an older van that's higher mileage, but we are going to make it pretty special. So this is the end of the video. We've upgraded the bulbs to the Philips Racing GT200 ones, and we've also replaced the glow plugs. Now this is the part of the video where I ask you to subscribe and like the video. We're on 16 subscribers at the time of filming. We've gained 5 in the last 2 days from the last few videos we've put up there and shorts. You could be number 17. Please be the number 17 or 18 or 19. We need these subscribers to help the channel grow. If you've enjoyed it, please subscribe and hit the like button and click the bell so you get notified when we have any more videos coming.